So I've seen it before. Oh, I have an employee that doesn't do majority of the work and I only do 80% and they do 20% and I'm the boss, right? You're the boss and they're doing only 20% of the job and they're getting paid really high and it just doesn't feel like it's working out. What should I do? So if you are a business and you're barely starting out and you already have employees, but those employees are just not listening to you, they're ignoring your calls, they're ignoring your rules. Instead of following your rules, they completely do the opposite. When you're cleaning the heavy duty like kitchen, bathrooms, they're dusting, they're doing the most basic stuff. Instead of them going straight to the bathrooms, they go straight to dusting the bedrooms. And then when you catch them, they're actually on their phone. Like people like that, those type of employees that they just are not great for your business. I mean, when you start a business, you're trying to grow. You're trying to make sure that when you're old enough, you just live off of what you actually put in effort for, right? That's the whole point of setting up a business, is when you grow old, you give it to your kids and you have money and you're able to enjoy life now instead of worrying about all this stress. So when you start a business, these type of employees just don't work. They just gotta go. Fuera. Out. So what do? I would say, as my recommendation, is you set up a meeting with all the employees. It doesn't matter if it's just one employee you're having, you set it up with everyone. And before you end up in that meeting, you have to set up your set of rules of what they should and should not do in the house cleaning, what they should and should not do in the office space, what they should and should not do when they are interacting with the customer. All of these rules, everything that you can think of, because this is a meeting where you're restructuring your whole business with your employees. And once you set up all of that, you have to make sure you have it in paper, and you have to have copies, and you have to make sure to give it to all of them. And within that paper, once you set it out to everybody else, you start reading it and you start expressing that there's going to be changes in this company, and that in this company, what you're going to be doing is you're going to set up rules. And if nobody follows them within the next 1 to 2 weeks and they fail to abide to these rules, they're fired. And so all these employees are then going to push themselves to make sure they follow these rules. You have to be firm. That's why it's very important for you to set up a meeting with everybody. If you only have one employee, then that's where you have that meeting with that one employee. And if they want to continue, then they continue. If they say, I don't want to continue, then you let them go. You say, okay, there's no worries. I understand. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. Then you find yourself someone else. If you feel like you are struggling because you need her or you need him to be there, then start putting flyers about adding another employee. Seriously. And then when that employee comes in and you're going to do an interview, you tell them all of the rules. And if they want to abide to your rules, they'll stay. But if they don't, they leave. Once you do all of that, make sure that they all sign that paper. When you do that meeting, they have to sign it and confirm that they were informed about this and that they understand that they will be fired if they do not abide to these rules. This is about employees who just generally don't care about your business. They're not going to help you increase. They're not going to help you move forward. So make sure you do that. If you feel like you're having an employee that just basically is doing the most least of works and you're doing majority of the work, or there's just way too many complaints from other girls or other guys that are just not having a great time with the teamwork of this employee. See you later, alligators.